Hey, welcome in to the Over Under podcast. I'm Joe Murray. Dan Lipschatz, fresh off his gym time today. I stopped work at 4:53. Went upstairs, grabbed a a slice of a chicken parm calzone.
Oh,
stuffed it like it's still, might be my teeth still, but
yeah.
And a Diet Dr. Pepper, which is my favorite diet drink, but
That's your favorite drink?
Diet drink.
Yeah, okay.
Because some diet sucks. Anyways, that's a story for a different day.
It
is championship football week, so we're going to do our championship podcast for college football coming up in just a little bit.
Hell yeah.
And we have an interesting Thursday night football game. And the college slate stinks in basketball tonight, unless you like Belmont and Lipscomb.
I have something to give out, so at least we have something. But yeah, no, the college slate sucks tonight. The only game I think that was top 25 was Arizona-Washington, and that game got postponed. So we don't even have a top 25 team playing tonight.
Why did that get postponed?
I didn't see. I don't know. Probably COVID stuff, or who the hell knows. I'm not concerned with games that aren't being played. So there you go.
Well, I'm kind of looking at a team in the NBA tonight and wondering if we should fade them.
Okay, who's that?
The Milwaukee Bucks win last night after a tremendous game against the Hornets.
Yep.
They now go on the road to Toronto. Giannis dropped 40. You think he plays tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I would be pretty stunned if he didn't play tonight. The line is low. 4.5 seems like a little bit under market where it probably should be. But yeah, it's a little low, Joe. I'm not gonna lie about that. I understand. Look, I think I've been talking to a few people about this. The NBA unders are hot right now. I mean, really, you cannot go wrong. You can't go wrong with NBA under right now. Be mindful. No parlays, no doing any of that crap. But pick and choose and find some spots here and there. Like for instance, there was I personally like the Bucks Raptors under tonight. I mean, that's me personally. Same with the Thunders Grizzlies. I have a little bit of play at 215 on that one. That has moved significantly, so that number is no longer available. Otherwise, I probably would have given that. But I'm starting to dive back into the NBA totals again. So where I made my bread and butter the past couple of years in the NBA, probably will get there again.
Okay, and then we have, and I'm just looking at some of the games.
Hey, we got some. I mean, listen, they're smaller games tonight, but we do have some good college basketball games. Okay, let's not go completely overboard. Okay, Missouri Liberty is a decent game. I'm gonna give out a play on that one. Let me give you one. Let me give this to you early. Give me the under 126.5 in Missouri Liberty. There you go. So nice and easy on the under there. I think that's going to be a nice underplay. I think that one comes in probably around the 120-ish mark. So I do think that will get there. It did open 127, down to 126.5. I don't think it makes a major difference. There are some other games tonight. Look, Milwaukee has started off terribly, but they still have an elite recruit. And, listen, that's a team that's going to be, people are going to want to watch them for Patrick Baldwin. Like, I think that, that's kind of what they want to do. Look, the team has struggled since opening night, but conference play starting up. There's going to be some ability to kind of watch teams there. Belmont Lipscomb is going to be a really good game, Joe. I know that not a lot of people know about that, but look, that's going to be, in my opinion, probably one of the better games of the night. The Ohio Valley is important. That's going to be a big game in the Ohio Valley. Eastern Washington taking on Southern Utah in the Big Sky is not terrible. And probably the best game of the night, St. Mary's, Utah State. 7-1 St. Mary's on the road in Logan against Utah State. That's, not a conference game, but still a pretty big game for some pretty good teams. And then Drake and Valpo starting off their conference play in the Mississippi Valley. Look, both these teams have struggled in the non-conference play, so it's a nice spot to rebound. And then later tonight, maybe I might end up giving out a play on Oregon State, California, the Pac-12 tonight. There's something specific I like there. So
the Beavers off to a slow start after their Sweet 16 or whatever Elite 8 run last year.
really, really tough start. I mean, they won opening night, but I mean, they got beat by Princeton the other night. They got trashed by Penn State on the road. I mean, they put up 50 and 58 versus Iowa State and Tulsa. It just has not been a good start for this team in the Pac-12, who people had really high expectations for them. So we'll kind of see where they go. They play Cal. I would say they play Arizona. In a couple of days. I think it's Sunday. And then they're kind of going to get into their meat of the schedule later on in December. So there's going to be some big games down the stretch for them. We'll see if they're able to rebound. My guess is that they probably will.
Yeah, and I'm just not into the Pucks yet.
Yeah, neither am I, man.
And the Bruins play tonight at Nashville, and Nashville's a slight. They're a slight favorite right now.
Yep.
So that's it, and then we are on to the NFL football game. All right, it's weird. Okay, remember last year? I hate to bring this up over and over.
Yep.
But last year, you thought the Patriots had a chance in games because they were the Patriots, right?
Yep.
And then they didn't have a quarterback, and you were pissed. It's kind of happening with New Orleans right now, not to mention all their injuries with Alvin Kamara. So it's at 5. It's now at 6. And I like New Orleans despite everything. Despite no Kamara, and they're all pro tackles, and this guy, and that guy, and that guy, and this guy. Dallas isn't right now. They're not right. And they got a COVID thing going on in there. They're going on the road. They have they didn't really get the extra time off because of Thanksgiving. My only thing is does New Orleans, can they do enough running the ball against one of the top ranked defensive teams at Taysom Hill? Can they keep it within a score? And I don't know, because I don't know how Dallas is going to play tonight. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is my concern about this game as well. I kind of like Dallas anything under 7. I lean that way. Look, they had a terrible performance last week, and so did the Saints. So, it's hopefully a get-right spot for New Orleans at home. But, look, Dallas is the better team. They have all, Cooper's back, Gallup's healthy. They have, pretty much all their wide receiving options. Zeke is going to be the real question mark to me in this game. How healthy is Zeke Elliott? How much run does he actually get? We've seen the reports come out that, he's banged up. They're thinking about sitting him. I think there's a good chance we're going to see very limited Zeke tonight, especially with, Cooper back, Dalton Schultz in. I mean, really, CeeDee Lamb is going to be in. So, they have their, pretty much all their weapons. So I do think there's a chance we don't see Zeke a lot tonight, and maybe we see a lot more Tony Pollard. So look, when it comes to this game, to me, there's a few things you got to outline. First, what is the difference between Taysom Hill and Trevor Siemian? Okay, because the line has only gone up since the announcement was made that Siemian was not going to be starting. I think that's a little bit ass backwards. I think that it should have gone the other way. But I do think the line opened at maybe the incorrect price, which is kind of why you've seen the line go up and up. Again, I still lean Dallas -6.5. Yep, square Thursday night. I get it. I just think that, I know neither of these teams are playing particularly well, but I do think this is a huge game for Dallas. Look, they're not really that far ahead in the NFC East anymore. They are absolutely in catchable position. If Washington, Philly, one of these teams makes a run here and Dallas struggles down the stretch, anything could happen. This team started off so well, but 1-3 in the last 4 weeks. They're on the road back-to-back weeks this week and next week. And next week is at the football team. Then they have a road game at the Giants. So they got back-to-back-to-back. They're gonna have 10 days off, but in between the Saints and Washington games, so it's going to be a little bit different. But you got 3 road games back-to-back here, and you got 3 divisional games coming up, Washington, Giants, Washington. So, this game, well, yeah, it's not a divisional game, and look, it's not, incredibly important, I think this game matters because if Dallas wants to open up any sort of separation, it's got to be this week. Like especially with Washington coming up, they go 2-0 against you. You're screwed. And they're on the road at Vegas. Vegas obviously coming off a big win at Dallas, pretty big letdown spot there. Washington finds a way to get it done on a short week Monday night versus Seattle. I still think it's not the worst spot in the world for Washington. I just think this is such a big game for Dallas. They need to find a way to pull this one out. 3 divisional games in a row. Those 3 games probably set where the division is going. And, the Giants probably have Danny Dimes back next week. In 2 weeks. I mean, and so, I look at this Dallas team and I say, I know they're struggling. They got to get out of the rut. They put it offensively. They finally figured things out last week. I think they will. They'll continue that tonight. New Orleans, the offensive the offense is not explosive without Kamara. So I like Dallas. I know it's definitely square Thursday night, but that's the way I lean. Total for me, I don't really have a clear-cut feel on the total. I think that New Orleans might struggle to score a little bit, and because of that, I don't really like the over or the under because I do think they could go either way. I have a prop in this game, but I kind of want to get your thoughts on it,
Joe. Yeah, just real quick. When I'm one of those people that, hey, it's Thursday night, I don't know what to bet. Sometimes you just bet the better quarterback, right? And it's Dak Prescott without a doubt. One thing I just wanted to bring up was Dallas is off an overtime loss. Yep. And now it goes on the road. They get their guys back, as you mentioned, but in 6 of their last 9 games, they put up 30 points or more. Do you know that the Saints have given up 30 points or more just in their last 5 games, and they've lost 4 of those games?
Yeah, I mean that's not really a surprise with the way that they've been playing. Especially when you can't generate much offensively, your defense is on the field a lot. Now they have scored, but let's also not forget like the 29 versus the Eagles misleading. That game was not ever close. They were in that Titans game that was back and forth, and they scored at the end to kind of cut that. 21. I think they were down. I think it was 8. Whatever it was, they ended up, closing within. But, look, this is a team that lost to the Falcons at home a couple weeks ago. And, I talked last week about how the Saints have struggled earlier. I forgot that Packers game was on a neutral field, so that wasn't even technically a home game. They just have struggled at home this season. It's hard for me to back them. Again, purely the spot. I think it's a very similar spot for both teams. Thursdays coming off same, both these teams losing. I know Dallas on overtime, so I don't know, Joe. This one's really tough for me. I don't like either side. I don't really love a total. I am on a prop, but I'll give that out here in a minute. But yeah, this one's really tough for
me. So I looked into 2 prop bets, both on the quarterback side. I think Taysom Hill goes over 39 yards on the ground tonight. And I don't know what you see that right now.
We pull it up and see what the actual live line
39 and a half when I saw it earlier.
40 and a half right now.
All right. What's the juice?
Minus 110.
So I think he goes over. And then I looked this up, but pass completions. What was it? Pass completions for Dak Prescott?
Yeah, 24 and a half is the line currently for Dak.
So,
yeah.
Dude, he's gone over that. I don't know how many times he's done it. That's like a no-brainer to me. Yeah, he's gonna throw to those receivers tonight.
Okay. Yeah, look, I certainly understand.
I know there's no great plus money there or anything, but
no, there's not. But I mean, are you PP in that? Are you taking a little Taysom Hill rushing yard action or action?
I think I'll go Taysom Hill over 40 and a half PP.
Okay, there it is.
I'm actually going to bet that one.
Okay. You know me, I'm not a big over guy when it comes to props, but I did find one that I like. I just kind of talked about earlier. I don't think Zeke is going to play all that much. And you take a look at the receptions, he's usually sitting at 3.5. He's 2.5 most places tonight. I do think that, his rushing yards certainly down 45.5. Pollard's almost even with him at 44.5. I just think that they're going to probably rest Zeke. They might use him, maybe in a quarter here or a quarter there, but I just don't think they're going to use him nearly as much as they usually do. I'm looking at the Tony Pollard receptions. Okay, set at 2.5. Again, I talked about how I liked it last week. Was that over 2.5 was plus 150. We grabbed that, or I grabbed that. We talked about on this show here a week ago on Thanksgiving. That was easy money. He scored a touchdown, which you liked. I'm going back to the well. Tony Pollard over 2.5 receptions, plus 120 PP. Look, and the number's going to vary on Pollard, but the best number out there by far is plus 120. So, there's plus 110, there's minus 105. You'll find a number. I get it. It's a little bit of a risk. I certainly understand that, people are probably going to be jumping on the Pollard over receiving yards train and everything tonight. I don't think that's the worst bet in the world either. I like Pollard. I like what he's going to be able to do. And I do think that, they are going to be looking, there's going to be a lot of outlets tonight, potentially for a guy like Pollard. So, yeah, Lamb is back. And, yeah, they have Cooper, and I do get that. But without Zeke, and I just don't know how much he's going to play, I still like the over 2.5. I'm willing to take a chance on the plus money. I probably would not play anything higher than minus 110. So meaning at 2.5, minus 110, and that'd probably be the lowest mark. I probably wouldn't play minus 115 or anything like that. So, but yeah, I like the over. I'm going to play it again with Pollard. I just think we're going to see a lot less of Ezekiel Elliott, and because of that, I think we'll see some Tony Pollard receptions tonight.
Yeah, and that Tony Pollard anytime touchdown, what's that?
Let me pull it up for you here.
Because it worked last week on a punt kick return.
It did. Let's see. Tony Pollard anytime touchdown is plus 160 tonight.
Hey, you still got some plus money there.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely going to get plus money on most of these guys. I mean, even Zeke tonight to score a touchdown is minus 110 most spots. So you're going to get some good money, or some good price value in regards to the running backs tonight. I think Pollard to score a touchdown plus 160 is actually a little bit low compared to where it should be. I probably would not chase that number.
All right, Dan, that's it. With no college football game tonight.
Nope. No college football. College basketball slate kind of sucks tonight. We'll maybe on the podcast we'll start looking into tomorrow. There are some really good games tomorrow. So at least we don't get tonight, but we do get tomorrow at least. You'll have Kansas St. John's is a good one. Iowa Purdue is a really good one. Get a real test for Purdue. And Joe, your favorite. Bryant's on the road at number 15 ranked Houston. The Bryant Bulldogs, you and John Wall get a good look at the talent level that the Bryant Bulldogs have this year. So we'll see. Also, by the way, classic Big Ten battle tomorrow night, Rutgers, Illinois. And as well, Pittsburgh and Virginia, maybe the worst we've ever seen Pittsburgh in college basketball. They are not a good team this year. So just a heads up on that.
Yeah, UNC wipes out Michigan. The whole Big Ten's kicking ass on the ACC, and
yep,
it's been besides that, it's been all Big Ten. All right, that's it. We'll get into our weekly podcast. Hope everybody enjoyed this. We gave out some picks, and let's win some money. And we'll do our championship week coming up. That'll be posted later, and that's it, Dan. We'll get to our podcast. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
All right. Good luck tonight, guys.